All right, bro.
All right. Is it filming?
It is.
Oh, damn. So we got that whole
All of it.
heavy breathing and all that stuff?
Yeah, so we're just going to leave it in the camera in the corner.
Yep.
Yeah, so you got a quick pumps coming up. Actually, today is more like a
quick setups.
quick clean. Cleaning the studio at
This
night.
is the dark side of fitness that I'll tell you about.
Yeah, you have to clean and set up for the next day. Well, if you work at a
Show up to class and it's always magically ready.
Yeah, you're like, how do you do that? How does that happen?
This is the blood, sweat, and tears.
But yeah, figured might as well make use of the time. And
Yeah, all we do is talk anyway. So
kind of a good idea.
yeah, genius.
Yeah, nice job.
Was that? I thought it was your idea. I don't remember coming up with this at all.
I know.
All
All right, so we got a pretty interesting one with a bunch of like rapid fire takes, hot takes, all that stuff. That's kind of the vibe of our quick pumps, quick topics. But today's overarching topic, we're going to be talking about AI and how it's affecting
in relation
like,
to
health
the
and fitness industry.
Yeah.
Kind of focusing on how it's disrupting the space, I guess, or improving, whichever, either or.
I think it goes both ways.
Whoa. Interesting.
I'm gonna leave it there.
So yeah, we'll just that's it. That's the end, right?
Thanks for listening.
It goes both ways.
Thanks for listening. So I think like the overarching question is like, well, and then we'll do just quick like agree, disagrees, kind of like how we usually do our quick pumps. But things like AI is everywhere. It's kind of inevitable. It's in everything you do. Dude, my toaster has AI now. Like,
shut up.
That's
No,
just
it
crazy.
doesn't.
No, it will one day. It's programs. Like programs are so easy to make now. Like literally you can go on ChatGPT. I actually had a client, like a potential client, reach out and say they were interested in training, and then they said, "This is what I plugged my goals into ChatGPT," and it spewed out this massive program for them. But it was really interesting because, like, I looked at it from the perspective of programming, and I'm like, okay, I see what it's doing, but it gave him like 6 days a week, 2 hours of like cardio every day, like 6 full body workouts. Because he said, his goals are to lose weight, build muscle. So I think, thank you.
Sounds good.
I think it's kind of amalgamated all his goals and gave him a program for each goal and like combined it all into like a mega program.
Well,
and I was like, okay, this is a little intense. Like you can't be training like this.
Your prompt really matters, right?
That's what it's still limited in that way. Yeah,
it really matters what you tell it, and more often than not, you're not going to be specific enough, because if you're coming from like the client end, you probably don't have that much knowledge to begin with. So you're just going to be like, hey, chat, I want to get ripped in 6 months.
Yeah,
how
what
do I do it?
Yeah.
And it's going to be like, 6 months. Okay, boom. And it's going to like send you something that is relevant. But
very true. Very true.
That's the thing. Like, it's kind of like Google, except a much higher end version of it.
Yeah.
So like, what are some of the questions in that first?
Well, even just like to touch on the kind of just the overarching topic, like AI is everywhere. Programs can basically be free now. Our coach is going to be obsolete in 5 years.
So let's start with that one. Do you think they will?
No, definitely not. I don't think so. Does your ChatGPT make snarky comments when it sees your stories and you're out partying? No, you need a trainer for that. But I think it's also accountability. Like the in-person business is all about accountability. Like you're sure you can get a program, but are you going to do it? But if you have an appointment with someone's going to be checking in on you, like making sure you're dieting, making sure you're eating. And then again, kind of touching on our last episode, being kind of like a therapist and like, someone to talk to in that social aspect. I don't think any of that's going to go away.
Yeah, but
I think it might phase out some clients, like people who are savvy enough to be like, all right, I'm just going to hop on this, look up some YouTube videos, and I'll try it on my own. It might take that client out, but I think for the clients that
like someone who's knowledgeable enough and has been working out.
Has some, you've had a couple years of experience. Yeah, maybe unless you want to train for a specific sport like powerlifting or bodybuilding that you need a specific coach. But for the average person who has some experience, I think they could probably get away with it. But that's just like looking at my clients, that's not like my clientele. Like most I think most people get a trainer for knowledge, yes, but also like accountability.
Well, what about just actually having that physical person there to help push you, progress you, and even make sure that you're doing things correctly, right?
Form.
The form
Yeah.
checking is huge, which I was talking to someone and they're like, oh, there could be like a robot for that in the future. I'm like, are you serious?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Great form, Derek. You
Yeah.
are the best. Like, no, that's
Yes.
not how it's going to work.
So,
But interesting enough, sorry to cut you off, there is an app that this company reached out to me. They asked me to like do a video for them. And it's an AI personal trainer. You prop your camera up and it watches you do the technique, and using AI assesses your form and then gives you feedback. It's still not the same though.
it's kind of like one of those golf swing apps.
Yeah, 100%. It's
It'll
exactly like
rate
that.
the accuracy of your
Yes,
swing.
it's exactly like that, but like he watches you deadlift and it says, okay, tighten this.
Push your bum back, etc.
But it's still not the same though, because at the end of the day, you can't get a lot of the tactile cues, where you gotta like touch and adjust. You can't do that with AI, right? So
no, not at all.
I don't think, actually, wasn't it one of the guys at the gym who sent us that article and he said jobs that are AI proof, and one of them was personal training, like fitness industry?
It has, I mean, I really agree, because like we just touched on everything that kind of safeguards it in a way. Like you're not gonna get those certain things with AI, right? You need that person to be there with you. And it's just like, how much checkup is it gonna do? It can't automatically like be like, okay, you've done this week, we're gonna progress you next week.
Yeah.
It only reacts based on the inputs you give it, right?
Yes.
It's totally output based. So you plug something in, it's gonna bring you something back out. It's not gonna keep tabs on you while you're doing the program, unless if you come up with an app or program something that it can run like in the background, but
or pay for
who
premium.
the hell is doing that?
Yeah.
You know?
So
What's
yeah,
next?
I don't think it's going to be obsolete. I think it'll, like we were saying, just kind of dilute it a tiny bit, and maybe it'll put some people out of business, maybe like entry level.
Yeah, it's probably going to
coaches.
put the least qualified people like at risk.
But for people who are like experienced or long term, I don't think it's risky. So we'll do some agree disagrees while we're doing this setup. So I'm just going to rapid fire them, and we will go back and forth.
Are you going to set up anything? Or you
No, I think I'm just going to talk you through the setup. Okay, so agree or disagree. This is actually how setup goes normally. AI coaches will replace personal trainers. We both said disagree. ChatGPT programs are good enough. We answered some of these.
Depends.
This is more of like a neutral maybe. Like
it's going to spit out something good that you think is good. But going back to what I just said, there's not going to be that. Like it'll spit out, let's say, a 3-month program with progressions and whatnot. But then afterwards, you're going to have to go back in and tell it all of your findings and be like, okay, I need to do a new program from here.
Yeah, and
it's not going to make it on its own, right?
Yeah, it's not going to know that you're in this block or this phase. It's kind of just like, all right, just, So I think similar to what we were saying earlier, for like someone who has some experience, maybe you're like kind of bored of your program. You're like, all right, give me like a chest and back focused workout. Like I've done that before where I'm like, I don't really want to think. And I've asked ChatGPT, all right, hit me up with a 40-minute arm workout.
Yeah.
And I'll just pump it out. And it's not because I don't have the knowledge. It's more like the convenience of like, I just read through this.
Yeah.
This is pretty good. And most of the time I end up changing stuff anyway.
I was just about to say, if you have the knowledge already, you could be like, okay, this is cool. I'm going to take this, and then I'm just going to do like the final 10% and modify what I feel is necessary for me to actually, get good
something
workout
out of it. Yeah. Okay. Next one is online coaching is better than in person. I think I disagree with that one.
From an AI perspective, or just in general?
I think it's kind of like just AI and the digital age kind of thing. I think it depends. Like financially, if you're successful, I think it's way better because it's like, again, the last episode we did, it's more scalable.
Depends on your goals, right?
Yeah.
Like if you have proper goals and something in mind that you want to achieve, then I think the one-on-one hands-on approach is the best still.
100%.
But like you could make some progress. Let's say if you're fresh and you just want to, like for example, you're overweight and you want to start losing a bit of weight, you go in ChatGPT or whatever AI you use, Claude, Gemini, whatever,
Yeah.
and you go, hey, I want to just get moving. And it'll probably spit out like, okay, go on a 5-kilometer walk, nice and slow. Take an hour, hour and a half out of your day, just go
Yeah.
outside and walk. You could start like that and then make a bit of progress, but you're going to plateau. Yeah, definitely the in-person, I think, is not going to go anywhere. So
Yeah, I still think it's the superior over online and AI.
next,
Next one we have is, again, it's more about the tech space, not just AI. Wearables are overrated. Agree or disagree? It's a tough one. I'm kind of neutral. I mean, I love wearables. You know me, I'm a Whoop whore. Sorry, that was an alliteration. I've always liked you've been the Apple Watch guy forever, and now you have the Whoop as well, but I don't know. I think wearables are pretty sweet, to be honest.
They're a bonus. You just can't get like too obsessed with them.
I was just going to say, I think there's like if you're the type of person who freaks out about like data and you're like super type A, I can see it being toxic. You know what I mean? Like, oh, my recovery is only 43% today. Can't work out.
Yeah.
Can't do it. You know what I mean? I work out on like 1% recovery.
Most times you have to base it on how you feel.
Yes.
It's just a guideline. It's just data, right?
Yeah,
you
it's
can't
more like
base your daily decision on what the like recovery is.
I don't know if you've seen those like TikToks where people are like, people who use ChatGPT too much and they're like having conversations like,
Yeah.
hey Chat, they said hi, what should I say back? It's like,
so you can say hello back.
yeah,
Oh,
and they're
okay,
like asking
hello.
Chat everything. It's kind of like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I think wearables are dope. I don't think they're overrated. I don't think they're underrated. I think they're kind of to each their own. And I find like nowadays, most people, every person in class today had an Apple Watch, a Whoop, or an Oura Ring.
Some form of a wearable on.
So it's like, I think it's just like pretty commonplace. I think it's just kind of, it helps enhance
Jarvis, enhance.
the work that you're already doing. It is a tool at the end of the day.
So with this, I have a secondary thing that I wanted to add to it. Do you think that like tracking your data is killing your intuition or like killing your ability to kind of understand where you're at with your body?
I think, yeah, in a little bit, probably. I think so.
Probably in most people it could be because like you're like, oh my God, I didn't close my rings. I need to close my rings to have a successful day. And if you don't close your rings, you're like depressed and sad, like, oh, I didn't work out enough today. Meanwhile, you could have still had a great day fitness-wise.
Yeah.
I could see the negative aspects of it for sure.
I think it also comes back down to what we were saying earlier about like experience. Like
how long have you been doing
If you're an
this?
experienced lifter, regardless of what your rings or Whoop or score
Not just
says.
lifter, Matt.
Huh?
Not just lifter.
Experience.
Fitness enthusiast.
Fitness, sure. Let's go with that. Fitness enthusiast. You're going to have better intuition, but if you're someone who's new, I can see it being potentially toxic, where it just becomes too reliant.
Yeah.
Like I actually had a client recently who got the Whoop and the Oura and returned both because she was just like, it's too much data. Like I'm overwhelmed. Like when I told her, I told her I had 30% recovery and she said, were you hospitalized? I'm like, are you serious, bro? No, I had a little too much fun the other night. I had a couple drinks. My body didn't recover. And
were you hospitalized?
She literally said that. She's like, were you in the hospital or something? I'm like, no, I had 6 tequila sodas. That's what happened.
And yeah, that thing, the trackers really make it known that drinking is bad for your recovery. It is terrible for your recovery. But 80-20 rule, baby, 80-20.
80-20. Here's the next one. Fitness apps create too much like dependency. What do you think about that? Like people are so, not talking about trackers like, you know.
Even nutrition trackers.
Nutrition trackers or maybe workout apps.
Yeah, because people become too zoned in on it or, dependent, which is the word that was used.
Yeah.
Because they're not able to differentiate the fact that it's there as a supplement, as an aid.
It's a guideline, yeah.
And a guide. to help you, and then it becomes like their gospel, like their Bible,
Yeah.
or their Quran or whatever. And they,
Or their religious text.
yeah,
of
exactly. They're like, I have to
Whatever
follow this forever.
deity you,
I cannot
worship.
deviate. Like if I deviate, my life's over. And you're just like, bro, chill out.
I think I'm just going to touch on this real quick because it's kind of like a addition to that between humans and AI and fitness. Where does AI like stand out and where do humans stand out? So humans, obviously, we said it's the one-on-one, the interpersonal connection, the like queuing, and AI has that automation and efficiency. I think that's kind of the difference between the two. I think AI is excuse my French, almost let one go there. I don't know, I'm excusing myself, but
Buddy's tired.
I am tired. It's been a long day. I think AI is a great tool, dude. Like I use it all the time for a lot of stuff.
And that's what it is, though. Keyword, it's a tool.
It's a tool that we are grateful for in case the robots are listening.
Yeah, make sure you tell it please and thank you all the
Yeah,
time.
always
I don't
be
care if it
nice.
uses more
Always
energy.
be nice to your chatbot, guys.
You never know.
I
You
saw
never
some
know.
videos of robots training with guns, and I'm getting a little worried, my friends. So
Or those ones that are like flipping around everywhere doing karate.
yeah, the Boston Dynamics ones. I'm like, I don't like where this is going. I've seen too many movies of this. Okay, hot takes. Next up, we're gonna react to these. Okay, this is kind of a repeat, so I'm gonna skip through them.
Yeah, skip the repeats.
Yeah. Data tracking is killing intuition. We kind of just talked about that, and I think we both said that that's pretty true. The best program is the one you enjoy.
I mean, if you're
Getting
hating
results.
if you're hating your life while training, I mean, to some extent, you will be because you're supposed to be pushing yourself and like struggling while you train, which is kind of entering that state of discomfort.
Yes.
So there is supposed to be a bit of an element of not enjoying it, but overall, you're supposed to like what you're doing.
Yeah, like you don't want to be waking up thinking, oh,
Dreading,
God,
like,
I have
oh
to
my
like,
God.
oh, I have to work out today. First off, you get to work out. That's
Yeah.
like, you should be happy that you're able to move your body.
Yeah, there's people that don't even have gyms.
Yeah.
So,
Or just the means to do that, or
yeah.
worse. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
there's people
So-
out there that have to use rocks to work
and they're
out.
always the most jacked too.
Crazy.
We're out here using like $25,000
Equipment.
Nautilus equipment that tracks your exact range of motion.
Or the techno gym where it makes it like a game. You're like
Yeah,
up and
exactly.
down and up and down.
And there's a dude in the jungle lifting a rock that's
Yeah.
3 times bigger than
and
us.
he's
So
freaking shredded.
yes, 100%. You need to enjoy what you're doing. or
You
else-
got to do it for the love of the game.
love of the game, or else you're not going to stick to it. Okay, we're standing on business today. That's what we're doing. Let's do a couple future predictions before we finish off. What do you think? This will probably take a little longer too, so it's perfect. What do you think gyms will look like in the year 2030? So that's actually
okay.
really close.
I-
I made it seem so far. It's literally in 4 years.
Well, I think that there's like going back to the techno gym shit that I just mentioned, like there's going to be some element of a built-in AI or AI agent in probably some of the machines. Or maybe you're going to wear some sort of trackable thing, but these are only going to be at like the high-end facilities.
Yeah.
And then there's going to be some kind of hybrid element of it not coaching you, but kind of telling you where you're going wrong or kind of, I don't know even what the word is, but like helping you
Yeah,
get to that next rep or whatever.
yeah.
Probably like a mixture of form correction, but more so an advanced mode of tempo, control, that type of thing.
Mm-hmm.
But
I don't think like you said, I think it's high-end gyms that will have really cool, fancy equipment that like I said,
schmancy.
I went to a gym that had like I was doing a chest press, and as you're doing it, there's literally a graph that shows like
Should I
how
put the kettlebells here?
yes,
Okay.
right in the front there, how your range of motion is. So I think that's like pretty cool. But to what you were saying earlier, I don't think gyms will be that much different, dude. They might look nicer, maybe whatever the aesthetic is of the time in the far future of 2030.
Maybe AI will just be used for the front desk.
Yeah, just check people in.
No more front desk workers.
Dude, my clients will never get in. They're always sneaking in.
No. You'll be reprimanded. by the AI system if you try to sneak in.
Your social credit score goes down.
You know, like the lunk alarm.
Yeah.
You pass through, it'll be like
a bunch of like machine gun turrets
thief,
coming.
thief,
Yeah, exactly.
thief, coming in the gym without a membership.
This person's poor. They're not paying their membership.
Yeah.
That
Could very well be like at the front desk.
I think that's actually very likely. But yeah, in terms of like what the actual facilities will look like, I think they'll be pretty much the same. I don't think much is going to change. Gyms have been kind of the same. Maybe like there'll be a new trend.
Yeah.
Like a new. Right now, you know, High Rocks is big. Maybe something else will come out in 4 or 5 years that everyone will jump on.
What can you change in the gym? Like,
dude,
the machines are the machines. You can just make them.
This stuff's been working for 100 years.
Yeah.
Like nothing's gonna change. What are you gonna do? Invent a new barbell? That's crazy talk.
This barbell is built in with AI.
This barbell's built different.
It talks to you
you
while you lift.
You call that a squat? That's bullshit. Will in-person coaching become a luxury? Ooh, I think so. Maybe not by 2030, but I think long-term, yes. I think it will be a lot more of a luxury item because, like I was saying earlier, I think the average person might look at the cost of a trainer.
Be like, I can't afford that. I'm just going to do it on my own.
$100 an hour
Yeah.
when I can pay $30 a month for ChatGPT and have some programming. I think that'll happen. So like I said, it'll dilute the potential for clients, but I think it'll become definitely more of like a luxury item. I think in some ways, depending again on the experience of the coach, it's already there.
Yeah.
Like $100, $120 an hour for a session is expensive, right?
100%. And you can charge even more.
And yeah, and when it becomes a luxury item, then the price just goes up because the demand is higher, right? Will influencers replace
the way you said that?
I was reading influencers replace certifications / certified trainers. I friggin' hope not.
Yeah, no, you can't. That just
like
goes,
what?
That goes back to like the diluting of the expertise and all that stuff. Sure, maybe to some extent, but you need to have the ability to weed out the good info from the bad.
You gotta weed them out.
Are we gonna put? Do you think 2 lines of kettlebells is good, or should we put I don't know where to put the third one.
There's another kettlebell station, no? Or am I going crazy? It's just 6?
Just 6.
Okay, yeah, just 2 lines is fine because it's single.
It's double.
Okay, so
it's double.
Oh, is it a double? I think 2 lines is fine. It's Friday. It's Friday. Gotta get down Friday. Remember that song? Rebecca Black. And another one here for the future. Do you think people will train more or less?
Just in terms of their
like,
willpower?
I think like
because they think
maybe it means
less
like
is
will
better?
will workouts become more efficient? Will people Potentially, I think so. The science is always changing.
I'm seeing some people preach that 3 days a week at max effort is better than
goated, yeah.
5, 6. But there's a lot of our clients, and there's a lot of people out there that like to do some form of fitness almost every day.
Every day, yeah.
Because it helps with the mental it helps with how they feel that day.
Yeah.
And I'm kind of in that camp too. Like I like feel a little odd if I don't do anything
active. You don't move
active.
at all, yeah.
And if you go back to our ancestors and predecessors, they were walking large distances every single day. They were doing like grueling things, hunting, like carrying carcasses or whatever the hell they were doing.
Hunting literal prehistoric predators.
And so they weren't like, oh, today I'm just going to do nothing.
I'm going to take a rest day today.
Yeah.
You know what? I ain't going to hunt today.
So I think it's probably a mixture, like yes and no.
Yeah. And I think also, in addition to that, I think it can be less if there's more, let's call them supplements that enhance, recovery, muscle growth, peptides. Just as an example, you know what I mean? Like that become more readily available to the average person.
Yeah.
That will just make the training more efficient. You're gonna get more out of it. Yeah. I think it can go both ways. I mean, I'm probably still gonna be training 4 or 5 days a week for all
Yeah,
eternity.
that's optimal. What about free apps versus paid? Like,
Ooh.
like someone that's looking for a program that we kind of spoke about with AI, and they don't want to spend money. Do you think they're going to be able to get
I think
good
they'll
amount
get
value?
I think it'll be gate kept. Like it'll be a basic, and if you want
how it is right now.
yeah, if you want like tracking and progressive overload and stuff like that, you'll have to pay. But that comes back to the other point where it's like $30 a month is still cheaper than $1,200 a month.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I agree. I think most people will have access to some app of some kind on the basic level or on more of like a paid level, and they'll be able to kind of use that. So I don't know.
And in terms of the program styling, like keeping it simple, basic, or where do you think the most value is, having a super optimized program for the person, or just like spitting it? Like, let's say
With AI,
the,
you mean?
the AI versus in-person, the personal trainer argument. Like a PT is going to be able to give you like something that's very customized to you.
Very
Whereas
specific.
the AI is not going to be able to do that. You're going to have to tell it like your whole life story.
Yeah,
And
it's like,
even still, it won't be able to.
I did these movements, I felt this way, and what can I do to fix it? Whereas a coach will just kind of intuitively pick up on that.
Yeah, so which is better, like a hyper optimized program for someone to get to their goals, or just a basic one? That's kind of a silly question, and it proves why, I don't think personal trainers are going anywhere.
Well, it's dependent on the person. Again, like beginners, you don't need a super optimized program. You just got to move your body. Someone who's advanced with more very specific goals, then you have to maybe have someone coach you and customize your program on a weekly, bi-weekly, monthly basis.
Check-ins.
Or sports specific. Like if I was getting ready for another like fitness show or bodybuilding show, there is no way I would
Imagine.
ask ChatGPT and be like, hey, how do I get ready for my peak week? When do I cut water? When do I...
Yeah, weekly check-ins,
Yeah,
please.
when do I do this? Yeah. Every
Okay,
check-in...
buddy, now you can eat some Rice Krispies.
Yeah, like, oh, you have to eat this 10 minutes before going on stage. Like, that's experience that you can only get from someone who's done it and
Life experience.
trained people. Exactly.
Life experience.
Hyper-optimized
It's never going to
program.
be able to kind of recreate that.
So why don't we kind of end this one off, because we're almost done here, with kind of just a general opinion on how AI will influence. I'll kind of give mine and you can give yours. I think they're going to be the same because we are the one-minded man.
There's going to be some form of like meshing or hybrid mixture.
And automation.
But I think it's going to, coming back to that tool concept, like I could see personal trainers using it as a way to optimize their program building, a way for them to save time.
We already kind of use it anyway with like the apps that we use to have our clients. It's like it's not like I'm sitting in there and spending hours putting in every minute detail. It kind of like uses AI to help
speed things up.
With speed, yeah, like it's optimization. It just makes things easier. And I think that's where AI is, where it's the strongest, is just being used to help with whatever profession you're in. And I think some professions are obviously more susceptible, like data entry. Like, I'm sorry to say, but you're probably cooked. like, I'm sorry. Like, an AI model can do the work of 75 data entry guys in 1 hour.
Yeah.
So, like, you might be screwed there. So, if you're a data entry guy, might be a good time to look into PT. Start getting your certification. Service industry, that'll do it. But yeah.
I wanted to kind of touch on the diet part of it. Like I don't see any way that, other than like diet tracking apps where you can take a picture.
Just about to say, how do you feel about those?
So like, it's not 100% accurate.
It's getting better.
Gives you an idea. It is definitely getting better. But how is it going to be able to see like the actual volume, like the size of it, right?
Yeah.
It can only
It's on a face 2-dimensional
Yeah, it's
level.
on a 2D scale. I don't know how you can make it 3D unless if cameras get to a point where it can
like scan through,
the whole
or like you do like a
360
panoramic
object,
or
yeah.
something. Yeah.
But like that's kind of a cool, slightly gimmick, slightly useful, just for an idea. But what I meant was like, there's no way AI is going to be able to write you a freaking meal plan.
No. Well, how,
It'll
like,
give you a very basic one. If you tell it, hey, I'm 30 years old, I'm 200 pounds, I'm active. This is my thing. I think this is my basal metabolic rate. Give me a diet plan.
I think that in terms of AI in relation to fitness, I think for food trackers, it'll be pretty like big. I think that'll actually, like, not coaching, but I think for food tracking specifically, like we use Macro Factor, for example. Shout out Jeff Nippard.
Sponsor us.
Sponsor us. And with Macro Factor, like, and even Carbon, Layton Norton sponsor us. When I was using those, it had like the weekly, you know, you would check in, and based on your food logs, your weight on the scale, body fat, it would then say, okay, increase or decrease your calories. Like that, I think is pretty good. Like,
but that's done through an app, and that's based on your inputs, right?
Yeah, you're right.
There's not going to be a point where it's just going to automatically be able to tell you that.
Yeah.
So there's like that hybrid idea of you're going to have to constantly interact with it. I guess that's the same for a PT, like an actual person. You're going to have to stay on point with your shit and update them every week, and then they're going to do the same thing. So I think they're kind of on par in that respect.
I think at the end of the day, it's not going to replace training and nutrition advice from a human, but it will definitely enhance it. And then if you're a trainer or someone or a nutritionist, you should start learning about AI and how to integrate it, because if you don't, you're going to fall behind.
Yeah. No, there's going to be some sort of hybrid element for sure.
100%.
So we're going to work together, not against each other.
And then eventually we'll get the old Neuralink.
Down.
Oh, buddy.
I'm so down.
Then I'll just start telepathically telling my clients what to do, and they still won't listen.
Did we finish?
We're done.
That was sick.
That was a good one. All right, guys.
See you guys later.
See ya.
Wow.
That worked out nicely.